Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will see the concept of graphs in thermodynamics. I will make it very easy. Okay, indicator diagram is a PV graph. This you must remember. Which is an indicator diagram? They will ask. That is a PV graph. Then area under the PV graph is the work done. So area under PV graph is the work done. Okay, let us see this question. Okay, this is a rectangular graph. They are asking work done. Okay, area is equal to work done. So area is length into breadth. So this is the length. This is 5v0, this is 2v0. So the length is 5v0 minus 2v0, which is 3v0. So length is 3v0 into breadth. This is the breadth. This value is 3p0 and the down value is p0. So this value is 2p0. So breadth is 2p0. So the answer is 6p0 v0. This is the work done. And there is a VT graph given. During this process, pressure variation is asked. Like this, if it is given, you see this line is 1, 2. This line is parallel to temperature axis. Okay, see that it is parallel to temperature axis. Along the x-axis, temperature keeps on increasing along this axis. So since this 1, 2 line is parallel to the temperature axis, the pressure also continuously increases. So you want to see the parallel line. See, PV is equal to nRT. Okay, this line is parallel to temperature. If temperature keeps on increasing, pressure also keeps on increasing. So this thing you must remember. So along the parallel thing you must see. Because see here that temperature keeps on increasing. So pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So if temperature increases, pressure also increases. Now let us see this graph. VT graph is given and this line 1, 2 line is now vertical side. Now this 1, 2 line is parallel to volume axis. So see here that volume axis volume continuously increases. So volume continuously increases. They are asking pressure variation. So PV is equal to nRT. Pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So if volume continuously increases, then pressure continuously decreases. So during this process, pressure continuously decreases. So you want to see which is parallel. First you want to see that the given graph is parallel to which axis. Then that one you want to relate it with the universal gas law and you want to find whether it is increasing or decreasing. Here since volume is continuously increasing, volume is inversely proportional to pressure. So if volume increases, pressure continuously decreases. Now let us see. Okay, temperature variation along AB you want to find. AB. Okay, see here that it is parallel to AB line is parallel to volume axis. Okay, so volume continuously increases. So PV is equal to nRT. So volume is directly proportional to temperature. So if volume continuously increases, temperature also continuously increases. So along AB, temperature continuously increases. Now along BC, let us see. BC, the line is downward. It is parallel to the pressure line. Okay, BC. Okay, parallel to pressure axis, pressure. So pressure continuously decreases because the line points downwards. So we know that PV is equal to nRT. So P is directly proportional to temperature. So if pressure continuously decreases, then along BC, temperature also continuously decreases. Now let us see along CD. CD is parallel to volume. Parallel to volume. And see here that it is going this way. So volume is decreasing. So if it is 50 meter cube, then here it is 40 meter cube. Then here it is 30 meter cube. So volume continuously decreases. Volume is directly proportional to temperature. If volume continuously decreases, temperature continuously decreases. So temperature decreases. Now let us see the variation along DA. So DA, the line point upward. So DA is parallel to which axis you say? Pressure axis. So pressure continuously increasing. Suppose if here the pressure is 10 bar, here it is 20 bar, here it is 30 bar, here it is 40 bar. So continuously pressure increases. So pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So temperature along DA continuously increases. So first you find the parallel axis, relate it with the PV is equal to nRT and find the variation. Now let us see, this is a previous year question and common type of question. Okay, heat observed and work done in 1 hour. So in first process, heat observed and work done is 180 joule. Work done in the second process is given, heat observed they are asking. So see that initial position and final position both are same. So if initial and final position are same, then delta U1 is equal to delta U2. So first law of thermodynamics says that delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. Okay, so delta U is delta Q minus delta W, or 1 is equal to delta Q2 minus delta W2. So heat observed in the first process, it is positive heat observed, so 100 joule, minus work done, it is 80 joule, so minus 80, that is equal to delta Q2 we want to find, heat observed in second process we want to find, minus work done in the second process 60 joule. So 20 plus 60 is equal to heat observed, that is 80 joule. This is the heat observed in the second process. So if initial and final position for both the processes are same, then change in internal energy in the first process is equal to change in internal energy in the second process, because internal energy depend only on position. Okay, now let us see this numerical. Okay, see here that PV graph, this is for the first process, second process, third process. For first process, second process, third process, all the process initial and final position are same. So internal energy is same. So delta U1 is equal to delta U2 is equal to delta U3. We know that delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. Since delta U is same for all process, it is a constant, and delta Q is directly proportional to delta W. Okay, so work done in the first, see here that this is the first process, this is the second process, and this is the third process. See that in the first process area under the graph is very high, in the second process area under the graph is less, and in the third process it is only very small, this much work is done. So work done in the first process is greater than work done in the second process is greater than work done in the third process. Since delta Q is directly proportional to delta W, heat in the first process is greater than heat observed in the second process is greater than heat observed in the third process. So Q1 is greater than Q2 is greater than Q3, and delta U1 is equal to delta U2 is equal to delta U3. I hope you like this lecture. If you like this lecture, please subscribe my YouTube channel. See that initial and final position are same, so internal energy is same, and delta Q is directly proportional to delta W. So work done in the first graph is this much, that is area under the first line. Area under the second line is only this much, and area under the third line is very small. So work done in 1 is greater than work done in 2 is greater than work done in 3. Heat in 1 greater than heat in 2 is greater than heat in 3. Thank you.